Hey, hi everybody. I certainly hope that you are all very warm tonight. Um, Last night the big talk was the weather, and I don't think it's going to change much tonight either. Have you all seen how much snow they're getting down south? My goodness, they've got more snow in Dallas right now than we have. Unbelievable. Yeah, we went to Green Bay yesterday. There was no snow anywhere at what, about 30 miles south of us at Quilt? Yeah, Ken said yes, about 30 miles south of us, there was no snow. Cold, but no snow. Actually, it's too cold to snow up here tonight. So let's see who all is here. Oh, Gail was here from Calgary. And yeah, the times got messed up. I don't know how that happened. Ronnie from northeastern Arizona. I hope you come back, Ronnie. It's always good to see you. Then we've got Linda. Thank you, Linda, for checking in and making sure that we've got the time right. Linda from upstate New York is unpacking her ruler box that came today. Did anybody else get theirs? It's so exciting. I can't wait to see what you got in it, Linda. I'm really happy for you. Charlene is here from Colorado. Oh my goodness, it's 34 degrees in El Paso right now. And out in North Dakota, they're through the cold snap, and it's probably close to the same temperature, Linda, that you've got in El Paso. I know that there were some places on the Weather Channel today, they were actually saying it's warmer at the northern border than south end of the country. Craziness. Jean is here from Mount Vernon, Washington. Always a pleasure, Jean, to see you. And my Michigander buddy, Linda Lombardo, is here, and we definitely are going to start seeing some warming trends. Oh, goodness. Linda Shell says there's 6, feels like 10. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is terrible. Rose, welcome from Kansas City. Debbie from Glendale, Arizona. Always great to see you, Cactus Deb. Ronnie is here. Yay. I'm glad you came back, Ronnie. And Mary Lou's from Florida. I hope you're not getting any of that snow. That's the northern part of your state is getting. Oh, your kitten, Linda says that her kitten likes the box. That's always a good thing. Carla's here from Oklahoma City, and Debbie didn't get hers yet, or Linda didn't get hers yet. Debbie says, hi, Can. Angie's here from Northern California. Hi, Angie. And Jan, it is frigid cold in southeast Nebraska. No snow this year or last, and we need it. You know what, Jan? We do too. It's going to cause a lot of problems if our water table keeps falling. Allison is here from a very cold Fort Myers, Florida. Diane, good morning from Queensland and happy summer. Diane, also from Brookline, Massachusetts. Oh, Joey, it's good to see you. Hi. And Lori from Arizona. Evelyn Maida from New Haven, Indiana. Allison Thress got her box. Lee is here from a freezing Spencerville, Indiana. Hi, Rita. Rita's here letting everybody know that it's hot and muggy in northern Victoria, Australia. I could use some of that hot, muggy stuff right now. Dan is here from Washington. Oh, Dan and Sandra. So I'm not really sure which.
Joey?
Betty, yeah, Joey. Yeah, Betty is here from Oregon, Marsha from Illinois. Oh, Kathy Rodriguez. And she's here from Divine, Texas, and she got her box today. I am so happy for you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Um, Jan O'Grady said she's envisioning a 16-inch snow blizzard. Deanna from Prineville, Oregon. Hi, Julie is here too. And Terry is here from Illinois. Bev, Oh my goodness, Beverly Kramer from Central Wisconsin. You know what? I had a cousin named Beverly Kramer. Isn't that something? It's a small world. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight, guys, we are going to look at the ARC set. This is a 5-piece set. It is like the quintessential little black dress that's hanging in our closet. It's easy to use. It's very versatile and it's timeless. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with this ARC set, even though it doesn't really look like a whole lot, just kind of hanging out here. But what we've got here is we've got 5 arcs, a 3-inch arc, my nemesis, the 4-inch arc, which I've come to embrace, the 6-inch arc, 8-inch, and 12-inch. Now, we do have arcs in other sizes, so don't be afraid to go ahead and finish rounding out these guys, because when we use the different sizes, the different types of designs we can get out of these are absolutely fabulous. So the first thing I want to do tonight is welcome Joyce from Mesa, Arizona. And Sandy's here from a cold and rainy Florida. Yeah, Sandy, we were watching the snow on the Weather Channel. And hi from the Oregon coast. Oh gosh, it's so good to see y'all here. It really is. So let's see what we've got here. The instructions are nice. There's just there's basic instructions, and I'm not going to worry about that right now. Now, I am going to also include my 12-inch arc tonight. So let me go ahead and pile these little soldiers all up and get the paper out of the way. And I have so much fun stuff planned for us. Okay. The first thing that I want to do is I want to give you an idea of how these arcs work with each other, which is really kind of cool. I had never done this before. So when I did this, I thought, you know what? We could move this on down the line and make one really cute border pattern out of it. But because I have so much to show you tonight, I don't want to do that all night. So let's go ahead and start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to stitch out each of these arcs. And then we're going to look at the math portion of this before we move on. Okay. What I did was I am putting this, there we go. I stitched this line in. So this is my pretend seam line. I'm going to put, and it doesn't matter which of these lines that you use, these lines on this arc, and I want to grab something darker to show you. They all have the same basic markings. What you've got here is a straight vertical center, and then you come off in 60 and 45 degrees. Each of these arced lines is a quarter of an inch away from the next arc line. So if we set this down and we want something to be a half of an inch wide, we're going to use the first etched line, because the first etched line along with our foot will give us 1/2 inch from this line to our needle. Okay? And really, they are all the same. The markings are. The only thing that changes is the size. What these arcs are is they are half of a circle. And let me show you what I mean. They're actually more than half, but we get to half. If we hold this, I'm going to look at the 4-inch arc. What we're looking at is 2 inches on either side. So once our foot goes on, what you'll see is right now we are at 3.5 inches because we need to put a 1/4 of an inch here and a 1/4 of an inch here. And where that 1/4 inch is going to come from is from our foot. So if we go halfway, turn it around, what's going to happen is we're going to have a perfect circle. I'm going to draw this out for you, okay? I'm just going to turn it this way because for me it's easier to see. So what I am looking for is I am looking for the fattest part of this arc. I'm going to get my stitching line discs out, find the one I want to use. Boy, are we creatures of habit. I always try to look for the same one, even though I've got several in that size. Go figure. All righty. Get that fabric out from under there. And I'm going to line it up right here. So what we want to do, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and make a crosshair. Just because it'll work
I was
better.
gonna say, it doesn't look very well across here, but.
Yeah. Now it makes sense. So what we want is I'm going to go ahead just for grins and giggles. I'm going to make a 2-inch mark here. A 2-inch mark here. 2 inches here and 2 inches here. Looks like a barbell. So you'll see I've got all of my 2-inch marks.
Celtic cross.
Oh, Celtic cross, Ken said. Yeah, it certainly could be that too. And I want my foot to go from here to here to here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my stitching line disc up. And what I'm showing myself now is that I need to have the edge of the bottom of this template sitting on that crosshair. And I'm just going to turn it sideways so that I can see it better. And what I'm going to do, there we go, come down to this one. Now I can turn it. And we can use our spacing gauge as well. And my spacing gauge is going to be just a little bit short. Probably because I'm not lining it up real well, because I'm not over the top of it. Come this way. So there is our 4-inch arc. Now what we will do is we will make it into a circle. And we can do that simply by lining up that vertical center line. Perfect. Using our spacing gauge.
Crosshair.
Looks like a crosshair, Ken said. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So that's it. This is a 4-inch circle. I may not be perfect here because I'm doing everything kind of quickly, but you get the idea, right? Each of these is a half a circle from here to here at the widest point. So let's see how we can stitch that out. And I'm going to put these things over here.
Canada here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we've got more people in. Let's see where we. Oh, Chris is here, staying warm. Chris, I'm so happy you are. And Janice is here from Wisconsin. Hi, Jan. By the way, tell Bruce happy birthday. today is Janice's husband's birthday. Sandy Schroeder is here from Crown Point, Indiana. Indiana, these are on your wish list. These are great ones to be on there. Great ones. Kay is here from Florida. Welcome, Kay. And Kathy is here. Almost on time tonight. Kathy, you slay me. I love it. Janice is here from Massachusetts, and Diane is here from Canada. I can't say that.
Agua.
Canandaigua, New York. My husband, Ken, just told me how to say it because he's from Buffalo. Well, actually, he was born in Lackawanna,
Erie County.
Erie County, right. And Janelle's here from South Dakota. You guys are getting possibly better weather. Is it moving in your way yet? Love that pen. Sandy says she loves that pen. What kind is it? And I will show you. There you are. Okay, what this is like a mechanical pencil, and then we use chalk, compressed chalk in it. And you could get the compressed chalk in yellow, white, green, pink, or gray. So it will work on all of your different fabric colors. I really like this one. Now, this is not a heat erasable like the friction pens and such. But you know what? You just go ahead and erase it, and it comes off beautiful. So that's the kind of pen it is, Susan. You should be able to get it at any one of your
The brand name is what?
Boheen. The brand name is Boheen on it, but there are other brands. And they all work just as well. They really do. Linda's here from Texas. Diane Zimmerman, it is 10 degrees here and we'll go minus tonight. Feel your pain. Up here, we feel your pain. We made the national news up in Marquette, which is just a little north of us. It was at dinner time, it was minus 27 degrees. So yeah, we get, whew, yeah, it gets cold up here. It really does, guys. Okay. And where are we going? Ronnie's wishing Ronnie's wishing Bruce a happy birthday. Thank you, Ronnie. He's a really nice guy. All right, you guys, I wasn't going to give that up. All right, Janice and Julie. Okay, are we getting a code for these when we order tonight? Deanna, yes, they are. I spoke to Stacy yesterday. The codes for the ARC set is in. So you will get deal day 20. You will get 20% off. Diane, yeah, go Bills. Well, that's who we're hoping for. Helene is here from Quebec, Canada, and Catherine loves the pencil. So do I. Yeah, I do too. 3 inches. Catherine says 3 inches of snow today in Houston. Catherine, you have more than we do here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's hilarious. It just is. Yeah, it's cold. And let's go ahead now and take a look at this because I do have a lot of things to show you tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this a little guy up. This is our 3-inch arc. I'm going to start with him. And I'm going to go from line to line. I may want to, yeah, I do want to. I'm going to move this camera a little bit because I had it up there for you guys to see the templates. And now I want you to see the stitching.
Shadow bed.
I do have a shadow. I don't know
I
where.
think it's better.
Thank you. I had no idea where that shadow was coming from. It was driving me nuts. Oh,
Right side.
right here.
It's by the machine there, yeah. Turn the light on the machine.
That it's too bright. It doesn't work very well.
Oh,
Huh?
no help.
No,
Oh, there, help.
right, like that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, it went dark again. No,
I don't know, Ken.
it's flashing. No, it's right.
All right, here we go. All right. And we're going to pull that bobbin thread up. And I am going to line this vertical line right here on the vertical line that I drew in. I am going to put the intersection of the vertical line and that first 1/4 inch line on the intersection. So here we go. Now with these, and I know you guys have heard me say it before, but I gotta keep saying it. You're gonna want your stitches just a little shorter. We want to make sure that they're nice and round. Let me get rid of this thread. This is our 3 inch. Now I'm going to grab my 4 inch, and we're going to have to go out a ways, a little bit of traveling. And we are going to put this on the same spot, height wise. I'm going to use, there we go. There's my spacing gauge. And the reason that we're doing that is because we want these to all come together. Well, I got off of it. There we go. On the top. But they are going to come out differently on the bottom. We're going to pretend that one doesn't exist, okay? So there's my 4 inch. Now my 6 inch. I'm going to come out this way. We got to come out a little more. Perfect. Now we're going to come across. You'll notice the top is going to be in the same stitching path every time. That is 6. So that's 3, 4, and 6 inches. Now we're going to jump up to 8 inches. We want to move out a little way. It's okay to move out further than you have to because you can always move back, right? And this is our 8 inch. Well, I seem to be having trouble going from right to left tonight. And now we're going to take the big one, our 12 inch. Get out here a ways. Well, look at that, almost perfect. That didn't happen on purpose, let me tell you. And
What do you think? What did you usually start with the big one first?
well, it would if you were just doing one. But what I want to do is that's my first one. And what I want to show you, and I already had this stitched in, is to then come back, okay, and go on. So we should be 3 inches out on either side, I believe, 2.5, 2.5. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2.5 here. Now what I'm going to do is start with the big one and work towards the small one. And this is just going to make a really cool border. So starting here, well, I guess I got it off just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead, put it over. Oh, there we go. Want to make sure that I've got my mark on. And this is going to be my center, right? This should be my center. Now we're going to come with the 8. Now it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be easier to come in than it is to go out. But that first one almost has to come out. Whoa, I almost dropped it. Wouldn't that be a surprise? Right, in we come now. And we would keep going. So just a nice little, I mean, this would be great for a sashing or something like that. And I'm not going to continue that because I have some other things I really want to show you tonight. And that could take up some time doing a border like that, but it's cute. Other than my little faux pas there, but that's okay. That happens. The one thing that people ask about most when we pull out arcs is curved cross hatching. Everybody says, well, how do you do curved cross hatching? And you know something, it was one of those things that I really had a hard time with when I first started. And I don't know who explained it to me, but someone explained it to me in a way that made it very easy. And so I was able to continue doing it and found now that I think it's pretty easy. It's not hard. And this is what it's going to look like. That is our curved cross hatching. And you can do curved cross hatching in a whole lot of different shapes. Here we're going to do it in a triangle and we're not going to go all the way up. So what did I use here? I used either the 6-inch or the 8-inch. Now, if you're a little concerned about being able to keep it straight, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and put a crosshair in there. Now, this isn't going to be a vertical and horizontal. This is going to be 45 degrees. And we're just going to subdivide that. I'm going to use the 8-inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in this corner and work this way. Then I'm going to come back to this corner and I'm going to work that way. So I think I will make it a 1/2 inch, which means I need to start on the 1/4 inch. You know, I'm not crazy about that light.
No, I'm not either.
That looks good there.
Things change there.
Yeah, weird. Or we could do that. Let's see. How about that right there?
That's better.
That's better. Good. I forget that the camera has a light on it
Well,
too.
and then the camera's adjusting for the light.
Yeah. Is it going in and out of focus?
In and out of shadow.
All right. So again, just so we've got this straight, I am going in this direction. I'm going to the upper right-hand corner. I'm starting with this corner on the first etched line. I'm keeping my vertical center in this orientation. And here we go. Now we just got to travel a little bit. Get rid of these threads. You guys know how much I dislike having threads. It looks like I gotta go one more stitch. Perfect. So now what I'm able to do is I'm able to use this line that I've already stitched and line it up underneath my first etched line. And I know that I will be exactly a half an inch. And now I'm going to go ahead and travel up. If you travel up too much, no big deal. You can always come back. And if you don't go enough, well, no big deal there either, because you can always add a few stitches. And there we go. Back to the pretend seam line. After a while, you'll get to be able to basically come really close to guesstimating a quarter of an inch, a half of an inch. Remember, when you're traveling, what I find to make it most successful is that I go ahead and I keep stitching. I do it slowly, but I keep stitching. I think when we stop, what happens is it's really easy to just kind of jerk that fabric or the template. There we go. I'm going to do another one here. We're keeping everything lined up. And look at how far back I've got to come. Oh my gosh. I really got far on that one. And again, lining up. Now the distance between these two corners is going to be approximately the same. So we're going to come here and see if we're, oh, perfect. We're right on that corner. Well, no, not really. We got to come back just a little bit. There we go. Now I need to travel. This one is going to be quite a bit of traveling. Whoopsie. Needle down. Gotta keep that needle down so that we don't end up someplace really out of the way. And up we're gonna go. That looks far enough. Huh. You guys, I normally don't get them this close, trust me. You're giving me good vibes and everything is coming together. I love it. I'll have to keep you here every time I sit down to work on a quilt, okay? And that will be the last one on this direction. This is what some people call a rainbow, and I think it's gorgeous also. All right, let's see who snuck in while I was doing that. Um, let's see. All right, Kelly's here from Arizona. Hi, Kelly. And oh, Deanna says, I've used the 4-inch, which came in the beginning group in half square triangles. Yes, I do love that look as well, Deanna. Okay. KP is from Kansas, but couldn't find me on YouTube. I'm sorry, KP, but I'm glad you're here now. That's awesome. Deb from the Finger Lakes area of New York. Beautiful, beautiful place. And Barb is here. Barbara's here from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, where it is cold.
Question from Priscilla, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I just rolled up on Priscilla's question. I know the ruler foot shank size, high or low, for domestic machines is for clearance of your ruler foot. But can you use a low ruler on a high ruler foot? Yes, Priscilla, absolutely. And what we tell everyone is if you have a high shank machine and a low shank machine, which I do, buy the low shank rulers. The reason being is you want to be able to get it back here. And if I had a high shank machine or a high shank ruler, I'm sorry, it would not fit back here. But this will fit on either a low shank or a high shank machine. So you don't have to buy two sets of rulers. I hope that helps. Okay. Okay, there we go. Barbara says, I was I had hit my 6-inch arc with my machine foot the other night and it broke the tip off the arc. Hate it when that happens, Barbara. I wasn't too worried about the arc as much as my machine. Oh, the machine's still working great. That's awesome. Because you know what? I don't think somewhere down the line, if it hasn't happened to you, it probably will. It probably will. And Ronnie says she can do that. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can do that, Ronnie. Um, Priscilla said, I wish I would have known that before ordering the club box. Oh, Priscilla, we'll give them a call out at So Steady in Oregon and yeah, see what you can do with them. I can't do it for you, but just getting here. Donna, you're late. What? But that's okay. I don't take attendance. Where it's frigid and supposed to snow tonight. Everybody who's not used to getting snow is getting snow tonight. And what ruler am I working on tonight? I am working with the arc set tonight, Donna. It is this set with 5 arcs in it. And we go 3-inch, 4-inch, sneeze, excuse me, 6-inch, 8-inch, and 12-inch. Right now, I'm working with the 8-inch, and I've just done the first half of our curved cross hatching. So we're going to come down here. Now we're going to start the second half of our curved cross hatching. And we're going to come to the next corner. I started in this corner. I'm going to continue in this corner. You want to go corner to corner. You don't want to go from here to here because, well, you could if you wanted to. It would also make a cool design, but it's not going to be exactly curved cross hatching. This is going to be curved cross hatching. Okay, so I need to move myself up. And I'm going to follow the same lines of stitching that I did going in the other direction. And just as a refresher, because I do a lot of refreshing, this center vertical line on the template is going to follow this 45-degree line that I drew in there. Will you have to draw that after you're accustomed to doing this? Probably not. But in the beginning, I always drew it, and you know what? I still do if it's a funny shape, because you can put this in any shape you want. That's what makes it so versatile. But because it's a different shape for me, I find that putting the lines in just makes it a little easier to keep me on track. Because as you all know, I do tend to squirrel. And today, by the way, is Squirrel Appreciation Day. It's a real thing, guys. It is, and it's today.
It's your birthday. Well, say that.
Ken said, and it's my birthday. He said, so say that. So I'm saying it. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and get this crosshair done. And I may not do the whole thing because the last thing I've got to show you is kind of a little more lengthy, but it's really very cool. I think I'm coming down with a little cold too, so excuse the sniffles, please. Okay, and up we go. And now I'm just going to stop here because it's going to give you a real good view of what the curved cross hatching is going to look like. And this is it. This is it. So this is universal. I mean, like I said, compared to the little black dress, it's easy, it's timeless, and this is very, very versatile because you can do this into any shape you want. You really can. So,
Michelle says, "Oh, happy birthday, Kay."
oh, thank you, Linda. Yeah, I'm 29.
20 years in a row.
Yeah, 40 years in a row. Okay, so now I want to give you an idea of this I found to be really, really interesting and would be a really awesome border pattern. And what you would do with this one, I think I'm going the wrong direction though. What you would do in this one is you're going to, what did I do? I started out on this first line
Where they're coming in now.
and then I went to the third line and 4.5. So, yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what I did, but we're going to figure this out, okay? Where'd my ruler go? All right, that makes sense. 1/2 inch. I came in 1/2 inch. So every one that I did another one 1/2 inch away. And I went across in one direction and then came back in the other direction, and it worked out awesome. A lot of traveling again. But you know what? The only way you're going to get really good at traveling is by doing it, right? I know you guys probably want to slap me when I say that. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, you guys. Thank you so much. Today was a good day. Deb is flying to Sydney and picking up cruise ship. Ah, well, how about if you need someone to help you, Deb, please, I'll give you my phone number. Oh, wow, Diane, that's really something to have a friend that you can do that with, to Skype and FaceTime. The technology that we have these days is absolutely amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to travel about 1/2 inch. We're going to take this off. There we go. Now I'm just going to move my template down so that my 1/2 inch is here. And we're going to come back. Now, if you like things to be a little more simplistic or minimalist, as I like to say, You could just do this one direction. You don't have to come back and do it in the other direction. I know my stitches are a little bit large tonight because I'm really trying to move along so that I can get to this last design that I have for you. I think the last one is my favorite. Here we go. And we're just gonna do one more here. There we are. Yeah. Now this isn't hard. As far as the math portion of it goes, there's really not any math involved. Isn't that awesome? Because what we're going to do is we want to come back to this point. So what are doing is we're making like football shapes, but they're crossing over each other. So here we go. We know we're a quarter of an inch here because our foot is there. So just wanna, there we go. And we're just going back in the other direction. And I'm going to turn it because I want you to see it. I want you guys to have a good view of it here. And you'll see my previous line is right here. So when I put this spacing gauge down, it automatically falls right where it needs to be. Yeah, and I'm going to travel. And there we go. And travel again to the next stitched line. Remember how I said we can kind of tell after a while if we're a quarter of an inch? Go ahead, test yourself. You're going to be surprised at how your eye will be trained to pick up that quarter inch. And it doesn't take long, especially when we're working with rulers. And there we go. Just double checking it there. And there is our border pattern. Like I said, we can do this with any size. We can do a small one. We could go really big with this. I love this. It's clean, but it's very interesting, I think. I like it. When you look at it, it's kind of hard to figure out right away exactly how that was made. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, Deb asks, the spacing is a half an inch apart on the arcs. Yes, Deb, it is. The spacing is a half an inch. So what you're seeing from here to here between each of these is 1/2 of an inch. And when we lay our template down, the previous line, this is the previous line, is going to fall under that first etched line. And then it's going to stitch out because we have our 1/4 inch foot. Our foot is a 1/4 of an inch from the needle. So you've got a 1/4 of an inch from the edge line to the edge of the template. And you have another 1/4 inch from the edge of the foot to the needle. So that makes a half of an inch for us. Does that make sense? Well, Hello, Mary. How are you? You're missing all the fun up here. Too cold to snow. We don't have any snow, but Marquette tonight at dinner time, according to the national weather, was 26 below zero. Ugh, I think that's what they said, 26 below. We were 40 below this morning. And here we go, guys. This is the one I have been waiting for. This is done with arcs. Is that cool or what? This can be done in a block, or this could be done by putting blocks together as a border. What I've done is I've done two different treatments to them. This one with a vertical line, this one with horizontal. I call them piano keys. And then here I use the arch to put kind of a funny little design in there. And I'm going to show you how to make these ovals. If you're doing a wedding ring quilt, this is very valuable information. Somebody is dreaming. Oh, better than plain, I guess. So what I'm going to do here is I have got the whole square is 8.5 inches. I am going to take and what I did was I took it and subdivided it. These are 4.25 inch squares, right? Yeah, 4.25 inch squares. I'm going to go ahead and put my 45-degree line in, and that's going to bring me from point to point. When I'm doing arcs, I do like that line there. Do we have to do it? No. If you're more confident than I am in your ability to follow that, you don't need it. Oh, goodness. There we go. That's it. That's all we need for marking. I did a little bit of an echo here. You can, you don't have to. Is this my 8 inch? That's not what I want. Let's get the 12 inch out. Now, what you can do as well is you can take, if you had a bigger block, it would work better. This one is too small. This one is too big. You can come in and do a half a circle here and then finish it off with this on the inside. And I'm not going to do that because I would want a different size. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a 1/4 inch seam allowance, pretend seam allowance. You guys know me. I like to pretend. And there we go, that way. And we're going to do it this way as well. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make an echo here. I'm going to make we call this the football when we use the vernacular with double wedding ring quilts. That's the football. And what I want is I'm going to start on the inside. So I want a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here. And we're going to stitch that up. Pull my bobbin thread, put that needle down. I am not filling up this whole area yet. I'm going to stitch from line to line. Because I want to show you how to echo it. Now, when we get to this line, we should be right here at the 1/4 inch and right here at the 1/4 inch. And by the grace of God, it came out perfect. I'd love to say it's my skill level, but hey, not everybody is that good. All right. And I certainly am not. So I'm going to come back up to the top. And I'm going to move this out.
5-piece set, right?
It is a 5-piece set. Yes.
Diane Zimmerman asked.
Okay, yeah, Diane. Okay, Kathy's got it's possible to move the wording on the other side of the screen so it's not obstructing the view. Thank you, Kathy. What you know what? I don't know if I can do that. And I can't get back. Okay. Yeah, these things are orientation set. These settings are disabled while live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this so you can see better. Make sure we don't get those words in the way. Can you see well now? Okay, good. Thanks. Website isn't showing, Diane, the website isn't showing a 5-piece set. All right. Let me quick, you know what? Mine is old. Maybe they've changed it. Let me go in here. And there, ARC templates. And I'm waiting for it to load right now. And because I'm on a live, it's going to be pretty slow. Oh, yeah, there is a 5-piece set. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link. What you're going to need to do on this is under product description and then size. It gives the individual sizes, and at the very bottom it says 5-piece set. I'm going to paste that. So that is where you want to look, okay? Diane, if you still can't find it, stay on after and I'll help you find it, okay? Hi, Sue from Texas. Okay, Lee saw the 5-piece set. Good, good. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to find things. Okay, good, good. Okay, so now I'm going to come up the other side. And stop there. So now what we've got is just that beautiful shape. Isn't that beautiful? Now I could go in and break thread on here, but I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is I'm going to line my template up so that the edge of the template is right on this stitched line that I put in here. This time we don't have to measure anything because we're laying that template on that line. what we know is we're getting a 1/4 inch echo. And we should end up right at the corner. And look at that, we did. Oh, I love it when something works out good. It doesn't always work for me. So this is where, isn't that beautiful echo? We're going to echo back to the center now. And again, putting that line of stitching right over the edge of our previous line. I want to point this out. What you see is that previous line of stitching is out here about 1/8 of an inch. So what we're going to do is we've got it lined up from here to here perfectly. We're going to stop when we get here. Needle down. And now I'm just going to twist that template a little bit so it brings us right back. And that has to happen with the arcs. Don't let that throw you, okay? So now we're going to end up back right in the center of this. Isn't that pretty? Simple, simplistic, very nice. This is an 8-inch arc. This is a 6-inch arc. I wanted you to see the difference in sizes. What happens is it gets flatter. I think that's a 6-inch arc. Well, I'll take that back. This is a 12-inch arc. The larger it gets, the flatter it gets. I knew that. So that's a 12-inch. This is the 8-inch. So on this one, let's do the 6-inch. The 6-inch won't fit. Check that out. It's going to be too small. However, what we could do, because I always like finding ways getting around stuff like this, I'm going to come here and I'm going to do 3-inch marks. Here's my center. And I'm coming out 1.5 inches on each direction. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to start here and here. I'm going to break thread to do it though, because that's the way we would normally do it. There we go. I want to get you in just a little nicer. There we go. You know, I was doing some stuff the other day and nothing was working out for me. Struggling and struggling and struggling. I couldn't figure out why at first. But then I remembered I had been doing some regular stitching. So I took a look, and sure enough, my feed dogs were still up. But it took me quite a while before I figured out it could be the feed dogs. So the lesson I learned was always check that first because that's the easiest fix there is. Now I'm going to put another one here using my spacing gauge. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go backwards on this vertical line. A quarter of an inch. And we're going to come this way. And we're going to flip it over again. Doesn't look too different than what we did on the other ones, just a smaller size. We're going to go ahead and go up another quarter of an inch. There we go. Somebody's looking for attention. Which one is? Yeah. There's a puppy looking for attention. And when he wants attention, he lets it be known he's looking for attention. There we go. Okay, I'll take care of it. Another quarter of an inch. Now I'm going to try something here. We're going to come on the inside with the 8-inch arc. I'm going to go all the way up. There we go. We're going to end up down here at a quarter of an inch. And what this reminds me of, have you guys seen those little whirligig things? That is exactly what this reminds me of. Oops. Little slip of the ruler there. No worries. Got it. And you can just continue to come out and out and out and fill up that space. I'll go on the inside this time. There we go. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually changing the sizes of the templates to fit the size of the shape of the quilt blocks that I would be working on. I'm gonna get 1/2 of it done here. Of course, these are pretend seam lines. There we go. And this goes really fast. When I first was trying to put something like this together, I thought, oh, this is going to take forever. But you can see it really doesn't. And there we go. Beautiful. I switched from the size 6-inch to the size 8-inch. The only difference it made is it put this initial line of stitching a little bit closer than a quarter of an inch and this a little bit further away than a quarter of an inch. But what I actually like about that is it adds to the design, I think. So I can see, definitely see, doing a block like this. And yeah, it's heavy quilting, but it's not hard quilting. And it's a lot faster than you think it is. Lee, you're right. It does look three-dimensional. Oh, Linda, let's go ahead and take a look at who's doing what here and how we are. Thank you so much, guys, for the birthday. I really was hoping to avoid that. Oh, okay. So Kathy says, I've purchased 3 different sets in the past 2 weeks. Now I'm forcing you to collect more. Well, good for me. Oh, Kathy, you know how to use them, so go ahead and get them, right? Your husband called. It's fine. No, just kidding. Oh, yeah, Deb, I like these designs. I really do. I think you've got a 12-inch block. You really can do a lot of fun things in it. And these things are not hard to do. They really aren't. They're just kind of fun. And the cross hatching, I think out of all of these, this one is my favorite here, this border treatment. It just looks different, you know? Cross hatching. I had trouble with it, but now that I've got it, I've got it down, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Now, Jan has a question here. So let me would a 4-inch arc work if the 6-inch was too big and the small 3-inch is too small? Yes, it should, but it's going to depend, Jan, on the size of your block. Okay. What I would suggest, draw it out. Draw out the size of your block, get your stitching line discs out and draw. Um, you guys, this is only a few of the pieces of paper that I had getting ready for today. Some of them have already hit the trash can, totally, to be honest with you, you know? And look, this is another thing I did with that football shaping one, the football shaped one. And here's another thing I did with the football shaped one, but it's just a smaller arc. That's all. We're only limited by our imagination, guys. We really are. Deanna, oh, thank you. I wish I could. I cannot eat sugar, Deanna, sadly. Um, and I don't know if you've ever tried sugar-free sweets. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not worth it. I'll just have some strawberries instead. I know I've got those down there. Oh, Linda, thank you so much. And thank you, Linda, for clarifying that we have the right time, that we belong here now. Oh my goodness, Sandy finished Kate Quinn's wedding ring. That was a beautiful quilt. Now you've got the skills to go ahead, Sandy, and get that quilt started, okay? Thank you, Jan. Linda, oh yeah, I'm glad you love it, and you're gonna find other things. Diane, cross hatching's great. Yeah. Ronnie hasn't finished it yet. Ronnie, you sound like me. Linda, that is so sweet of you. Linda Lombardo, I will tell Ken that you thank him for sharing me with you. I love doing this, guys. I really do. I could do this like every day of the week and have no problem. Lee says, I never would have guessed that these arcs were so versatile. They really are. And I've just scratched the surface. There's a whole lot more we could be doing with them. Linda, you are very welcome. And as always, it's so good to see you. Rita, oh, well done on finishing the wedding. She has to start again. I hated my color competition. You know what, Rita? That has happened to me where I And I did like 4 blocks and said, "I'm not doing anymore," and changed my whole color combination. So don't feel bad. It does happen, and it's happened to me. And you know what? Diane, I never thought of putting cream on them, but I've got some cream. That sounds like a great idea. Debbie, my darling, thank you again for being here. It's always so nice to see you. And you too, Lee. I love seeing all of you. I love being able to spend my evenings and and morning too with my friends. So if we don't have any additional questions, I am going to sign off and I will see you tomorrow morning with the Tacoma rulers. We will be looking at a design from the Ranges quilt because it is an awesome quilt. I gave mine away and I'm so upset with myself for giving it away because it was one of my favorite quilts. So we're going to do it again. Only thing is I'm gonna do it in a class, so I get to have you guys here too. So you guys are so welcome, and I hope that we see you tomorrow. If not, that's okay. I understand it's early, but until we meet again, let's quilt.